So in the last class we discussed what is a spiral model, what are the advantages and disadvantages of spiral model, right? So in this lecture I am going to discuss about what is V model, what are the advantages and disadvantages over all the other models. So as the name says that it is in V shape, right? Why? Because it is in V shape means, so just to go through the diagram, simply it looks like V shape. Okay, so there are two phases. In this there are two phases, verification phase and validation phase. So what is meant by verification phase? So verification phase, in the verification phase we will test the product, whether the product is tested, whether the product is prepared for the exact requirements what we want, is there any mislead, right? So all these are requirements exactly which are given by the customers or not. If you go through these requirements, we get the right product or not. So before developing the product, we will check for the requirements, whether these requirements are sufficient, these are okay, right? All these we will be tested. So this is called verification phase. Whereas in the validation phase, what is meant by validation means, in the validation phase all the property, all the product is builded at all, right? After completion of the product, here after completion of the product we are testing whether we met the requirements, whatever the requirements given by the customer is matches with the in the implementation, is it right, this is the product what the customer want, right? Like this we will tested. So this is the difference between verification and validation model. So in the verification and validation model, in the verification and validation model, so the diagram is like this. Just go through the diagram. So as it's saying, there are two parallel stages. So from the one side the development is taken and from the other side the testing phase will be taken. So just here it starts with the requirement stage. It starts with the requirement stage. So in the requirement stage, so it will collect the requirements. Once the requirements have been collected, simply parallelly there is an acceptance testing. Means here the system is checked whether the system is accepted. After completion of the requirements, the system design will be taken. So in the system design, so the rough diagram, the rough architecture will be prepared. So after completion it will gives right, what is this functionalities, what are these the non-functionalities, how best it is giving its performance, like all the different types of testings will be conducted in the system testing. And the next one is architecture design. So in the architecture design they will prepare the functionalities and what are the different functionalities, what is the taken input and what it will gives the output, like that all the functionalities will be taken. And here simultaneously there is integration testing. Already just completed integration testing, system testing, right? All these are stages which appears in the system testing. And last one is module design. Once the work is divided, the entire work is divided into modules. Each module is developed individually. So that is called module design. For each and every module there will be simultaneous unit testing. So after completion of the unit testing, again simply we no need to check for waiting until the last phase. So here in the unit testing only you can get the errors. If you have any errors, you can get all the errors, right? So this is about verification and validation models. So this phase is called verification phase, this phase is called validation phase. In the verification phase the product is tested before implementation, whereas in the validation phase the product is tested after validation. Is the product is right, is the product is right, what we are going to discuss, right? Is it understand? This is about verification and waterfall verification model. So until we have completed so many products, right? Thank you.